Okay, so to start this NBR tutorial, first we need two sets of raster datasets. So I have here some training datasets from which I got from Esri. So this one is for 2014 and this is for 2015. So the 2014 is before the wildfire occurs and 2015 is after wildfire occurs. So as you know, NBR is used to estimate the burn severity for wildfires. And here we have Landsat image. Let me turn off this one. This is 2014 and this is 2015. Here we can see some smoke. So we'll see how we can isolate this boundary area and then so we can identify where those burn sites are and where we can identify how to plot those, identify the burn severity index. So to start with, I'll show you how to do this in Notebook using Python within the ArcGIS Pro environment. So go to Insert and then New Notebook. And then it will open up like this and it will take time to download and initialize its kernel. So this is a Python library within ArcGIS Pro. For better visualization, you can drag this and then let's put it on the side. Okay. All right. Now to begin, first is the write files. So let's first import the ArcPy library. So this, and I just run it. So this ArcPy is a Python package that is used by Esri within the ArcGIS Pro environment for geospatial analysis. Once we did this, let's continue accessing the ArcPy package. First, let's set the environment in the workspace. And then we have to enter the path. So for my case, let me check where those files are, go to source. And this is where the file is located. You can copy this and paste. In your case, it may be different, so use your own path. And then we can check the lists, what files we are working this directory. This is very important, otherwise you'll get lost and the code will give you errors. And then in ArcPy, let's list rasters. This is going to list all the rasters in ArcPy package. And then we can say print the raster lists. And let's run this. Okay. Now the code has just given us two TIFF files, 2014 and 2015. So it looks like we are accessing the right files. To double check, you can go to source and you can check the name. It should be the same. Sometimes this name and the inside name may be different. All right. Next step, let's import modules. Let's import modules. So from ArcPy again. So remember we are working with ArcPy. Let's get the spatial analyst. Let's import it using this. And then from ArcPy again. We have to activate the license using this command, check out extension for spatial. All right. And I think the environment is, we have already said here, that's taken care of. And the next step, before we go to the next one, let's run this. Okay. Now it's working. So the first step is to estimate the NBR, which is the normalized burn ratio for the previous year, the year before the wildfire occurs, and also for the year after the wildfire occurs. So for each of them, we will calculate the NBR value for each. So let's start with 2014. Calculate NBR for 2014. How we can do it? Let's create a variable. So our raster will be input raster will be ArcPy dot. Let's read the raster. So since we already are working this class, we don't need to write this again. So and then we can directly write the file name, which is 2014 dot if. So this file name that we get from here. And then once we read the file, the next thing is to execute NBR function. So let's create output variable out NBR. You can name whatever you want. Raster equal to, this is the function NBR. So it should be capital. That's how ArcGIS recognizes it. So for the variable we created, which is in raster above. And remember, we have to use band 7 and band 5 for NBR analysis. So these are the two bands we use for NBR calculation within the Landsat 8 imagery. So this function, it's calling for formula. So I'll show you what. So you Google search NBR formula. So NBR is calculated as near infrared minus short wave infrared over near infrared plus short wave infrared. So this near infrared and short wave are band 7 and of course band 5. So that's how it's calculated. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so we need an output. Let's save to output. So let's give it a location out. This is a variable above out NBR raster. So we are saving it using save command, and then where to save it, you can give it your folder location. So in my case, I'll be saving it I can save it in my path here, for instance. Copy the path, copy path, and paste here. Okay. and I have to give it a name, which will be NBR 2014. So mind you, I'm saving it in .gdb, which is a geodatabase of this project. So if I'm saving a raster in geodatabase, I don't need to add .tif. You are going to add save like this .tif, please save it outside of .gdb in another. So in my case, I'll remove the .tif and then I'll make it like this. And now let's run. Okay, now it's running and successful. Let's refresh this. As you can see, NBR 2014, we have calculated this one. So for year 2014, we have calculated NBR. If you want to visualize it, we can add it here. So the higher numbers here are showing in more whites, and the lower numbers are more gray or dark. So the more dark or gray are those with potentially some burned areas. If not, there could be water. For instance, this is a water body. Let me show you. As you can see here, it's water. Also, there could be black or rocks, things like that, or burned area. So anyways, let's continue. In the same way, we can calculate for 2015. Sorry. Let's copy this, and then we can modify this for 2015. And let's read 2015 TIFF. And yeah, we can use the same. We're using 7 and 5, and we can save in the same folder, but let's change this to 15. And let's run this and refresh this. All right, so we have it. 2015. This is what it looks like. Okay, so now we have these two. What we need to do is we need to subtract from the previous year, the current year, and the difference will be the difference NBR, which is burn severity. So to do this, first, let's read this into the code. So for NBR, let's create a variable for pre is before the fire. And let's use raster function, and let's access this one. So this will be the location. Let's copy this. Right, and name will be NBR 2014. So mind you, I'm using R here. If you don't want to use R, then that means you have to change this front slash into a backslash. So, but in order to avoid that, just if you use R, put R here on the front, the code will run smoothly. So next, I think we can use this NBR. Let's change this to post. That is post fire, and we are accessing 2015. All right, now we got the two variables. Next step is to calculate the DNBR, the difference normalized burn ratio, which is the burn severity. So let's call it the NBR, and the formula will be, we will subtract from the NBR pre minus NBR post. Okay, so let's give it a saving location, save output. Where should we save it? We can save it the same place. Let's save the dnbr.save, and I'll save it in the same location. Sorry, save it here. And we can give it a name. Let's call it DNR. Let's close it. All right, I think we are done. So this will give us the burn severity raster. Let's run the code. Running, and we have the answer. Okay, so we've got the burn severity index. So let's change this symbology. Let's use a condition number format, and I would like to use struct type as standard deviation for better visualization. And here we go. So we have the legend here. So in the case of burn severity, which is the DNBR, the higher value means the red values, which are areas with high burn severity. And the lower values, which are kind of more greenish, 0 and below 0 in the negative side, are with good vegetation, meaning less burning exposure. So that's how you read the burn severity. But in case of NBR, it's the opposite. So the higher number means better, means the better vegetation, while the lower or negative numbers indicates some kind of burning. But when you talk about the difference, it's the opposite. So remember that. So this is how you can use the ArcPy package, the Python package in ArcGIS Pro, and calculate the NBR. Let me know in the comment section if you have any comments, and please try it on your own datasets, and let me know if you have any challenges, and I'll try to help you out as much as possible. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you next time with another tutorial. Bye bye.